A home in Bathurst is considered the most energy-efficient house in New Brunswick. The EcoPlusHome has an almost perfect EnerGuide rating, and this weekend the public can see for themselves what makes this home green. First Local's Mike Diot explains.
It's business as usual for Brian Kenny. The Bathurst resident is a business consultant who works out of his home. The major difference in his workday now is the home. The EcoPlusHome uses solar and geothermal devices to generate heat and power. Kenny and his family are tenants in the house owned by a Bathurst businessman. He says it wasn't the technology that took time getting used to, it was living in someone else's house.
So when we first moved in, having 4 kids, we were kind of riding the kids for a little while. Oh my God, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. We were afraid to, nick the walls or, scratch the floor, and we were kind of on edge for about the first 2 weeks.
Kenny says they're now settled in and are ready for a year-long experiment on energy efficiency, which begins Sunday. The net zero home generates power on peak days and uses it when the elements don't provide enough. The question is, can the Kennys have a zero balance on their power bill at year's end? So far it looks promising. The home already has an EnerGuide rating of 96, the highest in the province.
So some people are familiar with the EnerGuide scale where we rate houses and compare them one to the other. So these net zero energy houses basically have a rating of 100. Typical energy efficient houses start at around a rating of 80. So this is quite a bit above that.
The EcoPlusHome project coordinator says homes like this are the future of sustainability for the province.
If you see that on a big picture, the future will be a so-called decentralized energy generating system. You have all over the place, you have small units generating electricity, and this electricity will be used somewhere else where a demand is on electricity.
The public can see the EcoPlusHome for themselves. Its doors will open this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mike Diot, First Local News, Bathurst.